The Bible is one of the best books you can ever read, y'all. I'm telling you now, baby, the tea is hot. Get your gloves to hold your mug. Hey, y'all. Welcome or welcome back to Soulful Key. If this is your first time here, don't worry, I consider you a VIP. But if you're an OG and you know me, thank you for supporting Key. Y'all see how I switched it up on y'all. So you don't know how I'm coming. But as you can see by the title, we're going to be getting into some things today. These are some of the questions that I get asked all the time, and I wanted to just make a video and answer them all at the same time. So if you guys are ready to get into this video, let's do it. So I did bring my notebook because I wrote all of the questions down. I didn't want to forget anything, and I tend to ramble sometimes. I love to talk about Jesus. And when I think of the goodness and all that he has done for me. Anyway, very first question. How do I build a relationship with God? I think this is the number one question that I get asked the most. So I have it at the top of the list. Before I even start answering these questions, I want you guys to know that your relationship with God and your walk with God is authentic and personal to you. So it may not look like how it looks for me, but I just want to share some tips that I have used along my journey that has helped me out a lot. How did I build a relationship with God? So honestly, the way I did it, I took the time to really get to know God. I read my word, prayed, talked to him. I was open and honest about my heart. I feel like that helps a lot when you share the most vulnerable parts of you, things that you would never tell anybody else. When you share that with God, it's something so special and so intimate about that. Like any other relationship, you have to call and text and you plan dates and you hang out, you spend time with. It's the same thing with God. You have to call him and text him and spend time with him and go on dates with him. And, you build an authentic relationship, and that helps a lot. That helps a lot. So I would just suggest being open and honest with God, sharing your heart, and spending quality time with him, asking him questions. There is no question that is a dumb question when it comes to God. Ask away. He wants to be an intricate part of your life. He wants to be ahead of everything in your life. So share everything with him. I mean, literally everything. There was one time specifically where I had a coffee date with God. I fixed myself some coffee and I intentionally set time aside to just talk to God and allow him to talk back to me while I was sipping my coffee. You really have to make it personal and not think of God as some like spooky being. Question number 2, how do I hear from God? So this question is actually still pending for me. I'm keeping it honest with y'all. One of the things that I will say that has helped me decipher my voice from God's is it could be either one of these 3 things. Typically, if it is the enemy is not going to tell me anything that is in line with God. The enemy is not going to tell me to do anything that lines up with God's will, any praying or blessing, like that's not him. So I can already rule that out. And then 2, 9 times out of 10, if it's something that I know I don't want to do or I feel uncomfortable doing, it's probably not my own thoughts either. And so the only person that's left is God. That's how I've been able to tell here lately, but I am still learning how to really know God's voice and not question it. Still learning. I'm still on my own journey. So one of the things that I think will actually help is quieting your life, spending a lot of quiet time. And I mean like silencing the voices of other people, of social media, the TV, like just spending quiet time with him, I feel like helps a lot with learning his voice. One of the things that I always tend to make a mistake with a lot is I will journal, I will pray, I will talk to God all day. But when it comes to me sitting and being still and allowing God to talk to me back, I miss the mark on that a lot of times. And that's probably why I'm still in the journey of trying to understand God's voice for myself. Question number 3, how do you study the Bible? For me, it has to be fun. This is the Bible that I currently have. It is the Message version. If y'all don't know me, I rock with the Message version. It's the version that I understand the most. No tea, no shade to KJV, NIV, NLT, but MSG is for key. Okay. I also have like these cute little Bible tabs that I got from Amazon. And like fun highlighters, colorful highlighters. Your relationship with God should not be some dry, dead, uninterested. It shouldn't feel like a task. It shouldn't feel like a ritual. Like you should genuinely enjoy spending time with God. As y'all can see, I think my Bible is cute and she kind of worn down. That's okay because I read her. I also have a Bible that is considered a coloring Bible. So things like that, coloring Bibles, I would recommend. It helps a lot when you have a journal, because if you are studying God's word and you are taking time to allow God to speak back with you, you definitely want to be recording some of the things that God says, because it's easy for us to forget in the moment pass, and then you don't even remember. Find a Bible version that suits you, that you understand the most. I would recommend having a physical Bible. The app is great, but y'all know how it is on the phones. You can easily get distracted. So I definitely would recommend that. But yeah, make it fun, y'all. My relationship with God is fun. I have fun with God. All right, my next question is, what versions do I use for the Bible? I already kind of answered this one in the previous question, but I use the Message version. So crazy, because if you guys don't know, I was actually raised in the church, but I had no real understanding of God's character, who he is, or any of that. I never liked reading the Message version because I felt like it was too long. And who is about to sit here? I already don't want to read the Bible. So who is about to sit here and read this long, drawn out paragraph? No ma'am, no ham, no turkey, and definitely not no bacon. I'm not doing it. But when I gave the Message version a chance, that was the only version that I actually understood the most. It laid it out for me. It kind of speaks in like a modern context. So, it's a little hip. And I really enjoyed that. It made me want to read the Bible more, because if you begin understanding the Bible, you want to know more. The Bible is one of the best books you can ever read, y'all. I'm telling you now, baby, the tea is hot. Get your gloves to hold your mug. Some of them Bible stories, I'd be like, Lord, I just thank you. Yes, Message version is my favorite version. It's the version that I love. Don't knock it till you try it. Devotionals for beginners. There are a few devotionals that I use that I really, really love, especially when it comes to self-worth, self-value, feeling desired and loved and wanted by God. I will share those actually in the description box for you to just click on the devotional and start reading from there. Why did I start following God? This is a really good question. Aside from what I was taught in the church, I started following God because I was desperate. I was desperate to feel loved. I was desperate to be seen. I was desperate to be valued and heard. I was desperate to feel like I belonged. I was an extreme people pleaser. I had so many insecurities, feeling worthless, feeling like I don't have purpose, feeling like, why am I even here? Nobody even cares. I've dealt with suicidal ideation. Felt like I never really gave God the chance. Like I never really truly gave him the chance to show me who he is. Lord, I don't have nothing else. I need something. And I got very intentional about my relationship with God. I wanted it more than I wanted anything else. I did not want friends. I did not want a relationship. I did not want schooling. I did not want a job. I did not want anything but to feel God's love. I got so desperate, y'all. When I say I got desperate, I got desperate. I'm so glad that I was that desperate. I'm so glad that I hit rock bottom, that I went through every amount of pain that I had to go through to push me to my knees to be able to say, God, I'm ready. I surrender. I need you. And ever since then, we like me. That's the best. The very last question is God real? Yes. God is very, very real. He showed me in a way that was very specific for me that I will never forget. And if you guys haven't seen that story about how God revealed himself to me through a roach, I will leave that link somewhere so you guys can actually watch that story time. But yes, God is very real. There is a verse in the Bible. I cannot think of where it is right now, but there's a verse. Jesus was talking to like Pharisees, and they were questioning, all we have is your word to even know that you're the Son of God. Jesus replied and said, like, yes, all you have is my word. But the reason why you can depend on it is because I know where I came from and I know where I'm going. However, you don't know where I came from and you don't know what I'm about to do next. And that right there literally had me thinking so hard. Nobody can tell me where God came from, but God knows everything. God knows everything about us. And one of the things that I love about my relationship with God is that I'm okay with not knowing everything. I don't need to know everything, but what I do need is to have wisdom for the things that I already know. But I don't believe that we as humans were even created to know and understand everything. I believe that is the reason why we actually need God. Because if we knew everything, we would not need God. We would have no use for God. So God is very real. And my prayer for everybody is to have a personal encounter with God so that you yourself will believe that He is truly real. So, guys, those are all of the questions that I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this video and if you guys would like more videos like it. As always, I hope you will continue to be well. Until next time, I love you. Bye.